If your cat follows you everywhere, you probably think it means they love you. But if you respond the wrong way, which most people do without even realizing it, you might actually be breaking the trust they're trying to build with you. Because what looks like affection on the surface isn't always what it seems underneath. And the last reason almost no one understands, even people who've had cats for years. 1. They're testing you. When your cat follows you from room to room, they're not just staying close out of habit. They're observing you in a very specific way, watching how you move, how you react, and how predictable your behavior is over time. Ever notice how they'll follow you into a room, then suddenly stop and just stare? No sound, no movement, just watching. That moment isn't random, and it's not curiosity. It's a test. They're checking if your behavior stays consistent, if your movements make sense, and if your reactions feel safe or unpredictable. And what most people don't realize is that these small moments, the way you move, the way you react, even the way you walk past them, are constantly being evaluated. 2. You feel predictable to them. Cats don't build trust the way humans do. They don't respond primarily to affection or attention. They respond to consistency. Ever notice how your cat follows you more when you're calm, when your movements are slower, when your energy feels steady? And compare that to when you're stressed, rushing, or moving quickly. They often keep their distance. That's because calm behavior is easy to read. And when something is easy to read, it feels safe. So when they follow you, they're not just staying close to you as a person, they're staying close to a pattern that makes sense to them. 3. They're studying your behavior. Most people think their cat is following them, but in reality, your cat is learning you, studying your patterns, your rhythm, your habits, and the way you move through your space every single day. Have you ever stood up and your cat moved before you even took a step? Almost like they already knew what you were about to do. That's not instinct, and it's not coincidence. That's observation repeated over time, building a clear internal map of your behavior, your routine, the way you pause before walking, the direction you usually go. All of that becomes predictable to them. So when they follow you, they're not guessing, they already know. 4. They're choosing emotional safety. Cats are extremely sensitive to emotional environments, much more than most people realize. They notice tension, noise, sudden changes, and anything that feels unstable or unpredictable. But more importantly, they notice when those things are not there. Ever notice how your cat chooses to stay in certain spots, certain rooms, or near certain people more than others? That's not random preference, that's emotional filtering. So when they follow you, it's not about attention, it's about how your presence feels, whether it feels calm, grounded, and safe enough for them to stay close. 5. They don't want you to leave. Have you ever stood up and your cat immediately followed you, almost like they knew what you were about to do before you even moved? That's because they did. Cats are incredibly good at reading micro-movements, small shifts in posture, changes in breathing, and subtle signals that most people don't even notice consciously. They see the moment before you move, not just the movement itself. And when they follow you in that exact moment, it's not random behavior. It's a quiet request, a subtle signal that says they want to stay close to you, not because they need something, but because your presence feels right. 6. The real reason. But sometimes it goes deeper than all of this, deeper than testing, deeper than learning, deeper than patterns and routines. Sometimes your cat follows you because they've already made a decision about you. A decision that around you, they don't need to stay alert. They don't need to be ready to run, and they don't need to protect themselves the way they normally would. Think about that for a second. A cat survives by being ready, by staying aware, and by always having an escape. But when they relax that instinct around you, when they choose to stay close instead of staying ready, that's not small. That's trust at the highest level they can give. So if your cat follows you everywhere, maybe it's not just about love. Maybe it's something quieter, something deeper, something that says more about how you make them feel than anything you actively try to do. And maybe, without even realizing it, you've become a place where they feel safe.